What it do, comic babies? I'm Bunkmaster B, and today is one of my favorite days of any time, whether it's once per year, multiple times per year, whatever it may be. This is a good day. And that's because the new deluxe edition of the Boom Studios Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series book just came out. So this is the book one, as you can see right there. Well, you can't really because, there's too much reflection, but you will later. Book one of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. Now this might seem weird because that sounds like it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and year one came out years ago. Why are you getting excited about this? Why is this just coming out? And also, why is that Green Ranger helmet very different than every Green Ranger helmet I've ever seen and different than the Green Ranger that you're wearing right now? We're going to cover some of that right here. This is going to be a non-spoiler look, mostly non-spoiler. We'll be flipping through the book a little bit. There will be some very, very minor spoilers that are happening here, just sort of inclement to flipping through the pages. I'm not going to be really sort of explaining the story or anything like that. There are going to be some characters that are revealed that could theoretically be spoilers if you aren't following the series. I'm not going to call any of that out. Really what we're going to be doing is just sort of looking at the book, talking about what this actually covers, looking, and this is the thing I'm most excited about whenever these books come out, looking at the amazing, amazing section of variant covers that comes in the back. I can't wait for that. And we're going to be talking a little bit about where this goes in the series. I'm going to be doing a full reading order of the Boom Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series coming next week. So this one right here isn't really about the series itself. This is just an overview of this newest book, which is, again, Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers, which is different than Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the book that's been coming out. It sounds confusing. It is a little confusing, but we're going to go over all of that. Let's go check it out.
Alright, so before we actually look at the book, I want to take a look at sort of where this goes in the reading order. We'll do a proper reading order next week. But right now, I just want to show you how it looks on the shelf. So, boop! Alright. That's where it lines up with all of the currently available Power Rangers hardcovers. This does, not include the obviously yet to be released Power Rangers Chronicles, which is coming out in January. But you can see right here that it goes after the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers titles that start with Year 1 and end with Necessary Evil. We get a new logo indicating the change of the title to Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers as opposed to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But because it's still a continuation of that series, it keeps the white background logos as opposed to the Go-Go Power Rangers series, which is right next to it, which has a hard color fill next to it. So this is what it looks like on a shelf with everything, and I think it looks pretty dang good. Someone hand me a Skittle.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do here is what I have been waiting to do since I got this book, but I've been waiting to do it on camera because it's super satisfying. I'm taking the shrink wrap off. This was sent to me by the fine folks at Organic Price Books. They sent it super fast. They sent it super secure. It's in great shape, but come on. We gotta get this off. Come on now. Tell me this isn't one of the best feelings in comic collecting. So, this is the hardcover right here. This is what it looks like from the spine. You saw already kind of what it looks like in that little intro section, but I want to see if I can get a little bit better image. Kind of that golden coin. Yeah, so all of the different logos of the books have different spines. I showed off how this looks different than the rest of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because this is now not Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 1 series. This is Mighty Morphin, and this is Power Rangers, and those are two different series. So we have the series credit, Ryan Parrot. We do different artists for the two different series. We have different cover artists. We have a lot of different things going on. And of course, like all of the previous issues, we have a Goni Montez cover of the helmets that are starting things off. This is for the new Green Ranger, who actually debuted in Necessary Evil Part 2. It was a mystery as to the identity of the Green Ranger there. In this series, this is where we're going to find out who that is. Now, I have not stretched out the spine. As you guys just saw, I opened this up for the first time ever. So I'm doing that for you. I'm making that sacrifice. Oh, these hardcovers from Boom, these are some of my absolute favorite book. These are the breakdown right here. So again, this is the first time that we really have a book made up entirely of two different series. So we have the Mighty Morphin series. All of this is going to be written by Ryan Parrot, but the Mighty Morphin series is going to be illustrated by Marco Renna. Walter Bamonte, who's going to be doing the colors. Walter works with Daniel Di Niccolo a whole lot. Big fan of Daniel Di Niccolo, so love Walter Bamonte. Really dynamic colors that go on there. Just everything that I feel like Walter does, it feels like you're looking at a still in a cartoon, which I think is absolutely amazing. And then Power Rangers, you get Francisco Mortarino. You're going to get a whole bunch of different, other people filling in. Simona Di Gianfelice, who's actually going to be the main series artist after issue 100, along with Melissa Flores. Raul Angulo is going to be the colorist. We're going to have all of the letters done by Ed Dukeshire. Goni Montez, they're showing the cover art for this series. But actually, for these two series, for the cover A's, we're going to have In Hyuk Lee doing Mighty Morphin, and we are going to have Matteo Scalera handles the cover A's of the Power Rangers series. Now, like any of the previous series that have gone on here, there are going to be a ton of variant covers. And like all of the previous Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Deluxe editions, they are all included here. So when you take a look at what is included here, this part you see right here with the different color gradients, that's all going to be the main series. This pure white that you see at the back, that is all just the variant covers. And honestly, I think that is the biggest selling point for these. Now, some people might look at that and say that's a reason not to buy these, but I'm not friends with those people. So, we're going to start off here with Chapter 1, Mighty Morphin Issue 1. And this book right here does a great job of breaking down where you're going. Now, if you're not reading it in the deluxes and having sort of a curated reading order, you can, for the most part, read this however you want. But no matter how you're reading it, you pretty much have to read Mighty Morphin Issue 1 immediately followed by Power Rangers Issue 1. Because those two issues touch off each other. I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but basically through this series, the Mighty Morphin series is going to follow the Earth-based Mighty Morphin team that is going to be most of the people that we have gotten to know through the main series. And if you're familiar with the just the regular Power Rangers canon from the TV show, this is going to be basically the characters from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2 and beyond. So, obviously, Jason, Trini, and Zach have all gone off to the Peace Summit. And so they've been replaced by Rocky, by Adam, and Aisha. And so you're going to get all of those, plus the original Rangers and Tommy, all through here in the Mighty Morphin issues. But we're going to start getting some expanded situations here. This is the series where we're going to see Tommy really take his own as the White Ranger. We got to see Tommy as the White Ranger starting off with Necessary Evil Part 2. That's where he really got those White Ranger issues, powers, and he started to take off there. But this is where we're going to see him starting to go there. Now, one of the things that we're going to start seeing through this series is we're going to start getting a little bit more backstory, not only on Zordon, but of the Eltarians themselves. So, of course, if you watch the series, you know that Zordon is referred to as Zordon of Eltar. And that's kind of about as much as we do. We get some vague references to the planet Eltar, but Zordon's just a blue head in a tube, and that's kind of what we get. This series really fleshes out the backstory of what Eltar is, how Zordon ended up in the tube, and what his life was before that. And that's not just sort of for fleshing out character moments, which is great, don't get me wrong, but it's also to kind of build on the world of Power Rangers in general, which I think is great. One of the best things about the different Power Rangers series is you get different changing Zords, and this is no difference here. So, again, I said if you are familiar with the series from the TV show, you're going to know that the characters that we're seeing here are going to be Season 2, because the main three, the original Red Ranger, Black Ranger, and Yellow Ranger, Jason, Trini, and Zach, they've all left at this point. We've gone through White Light, we've got Tommy here, and so we've got the Thunder Megazord going on here. So we see the Thunder Megazord right there. We get to see everything all happening right there. We get the White Tiger Zord. All of those things are happening here. Very cool. Very cool. So we get to see quite a bit happening here. And as I mentioned, the Mighty Morphin team follows the original Rangers that we know, we love here on Earth. The Power Rangers series, which I will be honest, I think I actually like a little bit better than Mighty Morphin. That's going to follow the Omega Rangers out in space. And it's not an accident that they are Power Rangers who are in space. If you know the series, there is a absolute beloved series called Power Rangers in Space. This takes a lot of cues from that series. We see some of those characters show up. We see some of the actual events show up. If you remember in that series, there was a very, very famous episode where Andros went to basically a space saloon. There is an homage here in the Power Rangers series. It's pretty great. And the Power Rangers series itself, it sets up its own canon with the Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin is a little bit more beholden to the show, but because Power Rangers is about a separate team that was never covered in the show, they get to kind of do their own thing, and I really appreciate that. So we get to see two different Rangers teams. In the next volume of this, we're going to see them kind of come back together with the Eltarian War crossover, but for right here, both of the teams get to do their own thing, and it's all pretty great. I don't want to say any more than that because I don't want to give any spoilers away, so we're going to jump to some variant covers. As I mentioned, one of the best things about these deluxe editions is the fact that, to the best of my knowledge, every single variant cover that comes out for the series is covered in these sections here, and they're given their own full pages. So, we get to see right here the In-Hyuk Lee Mighty Morphin #1 main cover. Now the image that they give here is the full art or version variant, if you prefer that term. I'm a stupid person. I collected a lot of these covers. So this right here is the cover of Mighty Morphin number 1. Here's that Mighty Morphin cover A. And because I am a stupid collector, here's Mighty Morphin full art version variant 1 in 100. I have that. Why do I have that? I'm dumb. I have a lot of these covers that you're going to see through here, but there are so many beautiful ones. So the first things you're going to see are the full cover images presented in the cover A's. They're shown through the main series, but they're given kind of a fade with green, and it just sort of identifies what issue it is, because they want to keep the focus on what they're going over. So for any of the Mighty Morphin covers, the cover A's that you're going to see to begin with, those are all in Hookley. So you're going to get that sort of ultra realism that you get through their beautiful covers. And then we're going to switch on over to Power Rangers, and we're going to get the Mateo Scalera. Again, there's Power Rangers number 1, there's Power Rangers cover A, and there's Power Rangers 1 in 100. Don't do this. Don't do this. This is not something I would suggest. But we're going to get these Mateo Scalera. In Hookley, great artist. I loves particularly this issue number 5 of the Dragon Zord. However, my particular cup of tea, I opt less for sort of the ultra realism that you get for the Lees, and I like this sort of the Scalera covers a little bit more. And by the way, I should have mentioned before, but this paper is ultra glossy. It feels beautiful. I love kind of just running my fingers over this. This is amazing. Really good paper stock here. And again, we get the characters. I mentioned before that we get some in-space stuff. If you know, you know. Ecliptor. I don't know. Who could that be? Don't know. She definitely doesn't show up in space or maybe any other series. They also include the legacy covers that were printed that actually kept the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers numbering. So each of these that you see right here, the legacy covers, they're actually given an original number that goes through there. And what I mean by that is, you can see right here, it's showing the Mighty Morphin legacy cover, or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers legacy cover for Mighty Morphin number 1. This is what the actual cover looks like with the full trade dress. So even though this is Mighty Morphin number 1, it's keeping that same Mighty Morphin Power Rangers trade dress, and it's giving it an issue 56 that never existed. So the series itself is acknowledging that, yeah, this is the same numbering, this is the same continuity, we just wanted to call it 2 different titles. And it's not just the Mighty Morphin title that it does it with. We get that same thing here with Power Rangers number 1 cover right here by Daniel Di Niccolo. This is the trade dress version. So we can see right here, we're still keeping that same Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and this one is number 57. So they're acknowledging that the series kind of alternates as far as legacy numbering back and forth. But very cool images. Eleonora Carlini does the Mighty Morphin legacy. Daniel Di Niccolo does the Power Rangers ones. Really cool things. We get the classic Goni Montez. For these series right here, instead of doing the people holding the helmet that they have traditionally done, we get the images of the characters with sort of some type of HUD overlay, which I think is really cool. And then, again, we just get these awesome variant covers. These Peach Momokos that you see right here, these are some of my favorite covers in the entire franchise. These are some of my favorites that I have. So this right here, this is Mighty Morphin number 2. That's the single right there. This right here, Mighty Morphin number 4. That's Mighty Morphin number 4. So many good covers, and they print them all right here, full page. They give them all that section right there. Half of the fun of these deluxes is just checking out these variants in full size. I can't suggest these enough.
So that's it. That is Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers Book 1. I know it's not called Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers Book 1, but it should be, and it would save a whole lot of people some headache. So from here on out, we are just going to pretend that this lightning bolt symbol that is right here, I'm so bad at this, you guys. I don't know what my hands do when I'm like looking at it in reverse here. But yeah, from here on out, this book is called Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers Book 1. It's going to save us all a lot of trouble. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be doing an actual reading order video for the entire Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from Boom coming next week. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about where this kind of fits in, how you read this, things like that. So if you were looking at this and you're like, this all seems cool, but I don't know what to do with this book, don't worry. That's all coming next week. So for right now, I just want to know, what is your guys' experience with the Boom Studios Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series? Are you like me? Have you read through basically current, but you're still picking up these deluxes because these are some of the most beautiful books on stands? Is this brand new to you? Is this encouraging you to go check out the series? Are you like, I thought Power Rangers was stupid before, I still think it's stupid, I think you're stupid for liking it? You know what? That's fair. It's probably not fair, but you know, I'm gonna say that it's fair for you. But let me know, please, what is your experience both with the Power Rangers franchise and then specifically the Boom Studios comic? Because I firmly believe that this is the best team superhero book that is on stands right now. I mean that. It's that good. So let me know down below. But until next week, when we do our reading order, I've been Bunkmaster B. You all have been amazing, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.